All right, welcome back. So I got the Bandit Models Diamondback on the CG machine. You do have to add the extension to the nose, and I kind of laid everything in there as it needed to be. I got the wing bolts in just for weight because they're kind of beefy, and then put the equipment board in, laid everything kind of where it was going to be, and took my measurements. And without the UAT full, typically you'll put UAT weight, fuel in, because it stays in there the entire time you're flying, and then you CG it with gear down. I have started adding landing fuel, because what you'll see with jets a lot of times, especially scale, they'll end up still being tail heavy. So to get away with adding more weight to the nose, you essentially fill your UAT and then put what you're planning to land with, because you're never going to be bone dry when you land. So I usually put just under a quarter of a tank in it, or not even a quarter of a tank, just enough, to where you start probably an inch of fuel in the tank, or if that, depending on how big it is. But just a little fuel, which would essentially be in there when you are landing anyways. That way it's less weight that you would have to put in the nose if need be. So that being said, let me show you here. Select it. So what I'm showing now with these measurements is about a little over half a pound that I would have to add to the nose. And granted, I don't have that piece on, but when I put it on, it was still, like a third of a pound, or quarter pound. But that being said, I do have the batteries up here in the nose cone, which is kind of a cool deal. I was hoping I could use that area. So I'll mount my 2 ions up here, and then since they have these long leads anyways, they're gonna come up and essentially plug in. I'm gonna put the plug, kind of like where I've kind of got these here. And this is the turbine battery, and I got the gyro kind of sitting in here, so it's going to be about right here. And then I'll probably move this forward just a hair, and then I'll just mount this battery straight to the top of that, so they'll plug in, right there. And then, like I said, the 2 ions are up here in the removable nose. So if I ever need to, get to them, I can pop the nose off, take them out. But with these long ass leads that the battery has on them already,